This scene takes place in a room in Shylock's house at Venice. A room in Shylock's house at Venice. And who are there in this scene? Jessica and Launcelot Gobo. Only these two people are there. Now, as we know that Launcelot Gobo must have come to Shylock's house to ask for a leave, to allow him to join Bassanio's services. And for that, Jessica says, I am sorry, thou will leave my father so. So here means in this manner. I am very sorry that you will have to leave my father in this manner. Our house is hell, and thou a merry devil. Our house is hell. Just imagine, Jessica is calling her own house as hell, and she says, thou and you were a happy devil. Though you were living in this hell, of course, you were a devil, but you were a very happy kind of person, happy devil. Thou, a merry devil, didst rob it of some taste of tediousness. You, being a happy person, your lively spirit, in a way, your lively spirit did rob it of some taste of tediousness. Tediousness, you can say, misery. So you robbed from from the miserable house some part of its boredom. Tediousness can be boredom also. Okay, otherwise this house is like a hell, but you, being a merry devil, used to rob it of some kind of boredom. Okay, otherwise so now from this line only we come to know that Jessica is not happy in her own house. And why is she not happy? She is not happy because of her father only, and her ways and his ways. Okay, she says, but fare thee well. But by my, there is a ducat for thee. And then she gives him a money, a coin, a ducat. And Launcelot, soon at supper shall thou see Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. Who is the new master? Bassanio. Who is the guest of your new master? At dinner time, you will see Lorenzo, who is the guest of your new master. Give him this letter, do it secretly, and so farewell. So she hands over a letter to Launcelot, asks him to give it to Lorenzo when he sees him at dinner time at Bassanio's house. And she also asks him to do it secretly. I would not have my father see me in talk with thee. I do not want my father to see me talking to you like this. So, from this speech only, we come to know about two things. One is that, three things rather. One is that Jessica is not happy in her own house. Why? Because of her father. Why? Because she doesn't like the ways of her father, and the way he is cruel and so much money minded. So she doesn't like all that. Second thing that we come to know about Jessica is her relation with Launcelot. Launcelot, though a servant, was very helpful to her as well, because she's feeling sad when Launcelot is going from there. So he was a kind of friend, you can say, that Jessica had. And the third thing is that she has some connection with Lorenzo, who is a Christian and who is Bassanio's, Antonio's friend. Bresciano is also Lorenzo's friend. So she has some connection. So what connection actually that is? They both love each other, right? And she through Launcelot used to send letters to him. Okay, so this time also she has given him a letter as well as a ducat to do that. Launcelot says, adieu, bye, farewell. Adieu, goodbye, huh? Adieu means goodbye in Old English. Goodbye. Sorry. Tears exhibit my tongue. Again, Launcelot always uses wrong word. So he's supposed to say inhibit. He's supposed to say inhibit. And in place of that, he's saying exhibit. So he says, tears inhibit my tongue, means tears prevent me from speaking. My tongue means from speaking. Most beautiful pagan, most sweet Jew. He's addressing Jessica as most beautiful pagan, most sweet Jew. If a Christian do not play the knave, if a
Excuse me,
Christian,
ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am, what is the meaning of pagan?
pagan was for Jews only.
Okay.
All right. So if a Christian do not play the knave, means if he doesn't keep his, if he doesn't play the knave, means if he is not false in his promise. Knave is a kind of rogue, and get thee, I am much deceived. If he doesn't keep his promise and get you, then I am much deceived. I'll be shocked, I'll be deceived with that. But adieu, bye bye, these foolish drops, he is talking of tears, do something, drown my manly spirit. Why? Because men were not supposed to cry, to have tears. So he is saying that these tears are drowning my manly spirit. Adieu, goodbye. Jessica says, farewell, good Launcelot. And then Launcelot exits from there. Okay. Now, when Launcelot leaves from there, then Jessica says, alack. It's a mark, it's an expression of sadness. Alas, alack. What heinous sin is it in me? What heinous sin, what kind of deadly sin it is in me to be ashamed to be my father's child, that I am ashamed to be my father's daughter. But though I am a daughter to his blood, I am not to his manners. But I am only a daughter to his blood, means by birth. I am only a daughter of Shylock due to my birth, not to his manners. I am not like him in my behavior and in my manners. O Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I shall end this strife. Strife is struggle. If you keep your promise, what that promise is, you will come to know later on. If you creep, and that promise, or you can say that promise is to marry Jessica. If you keep your promise, I shall end this struggle, I shall end this strife, become a Christian and thy loving wife. I'll become a Christian and your loving wife if you keep this promise. And by saying that,
Ma'am,
he exits from there.